Okay, I'm live now, and welcome to my live stream. We are here to fight CPS and stop taking our children. I'm your host, Bob Pace, and again, I want to welcome you all. On the phone right now, at the beginning of my top of the hour, I have Christina Reynosa from Las Vegas, Nevada, and Megan Wilson from um, New Delaware, Wilmington, Delaware. And I want to give a warm welcome to both of them and to everybody into my live stream. Now, this is an interactive live stream, meaning that you all can call in or you can um, listen, take notes, or you can text me a message or do emojis. There's lots of things you can do on here. And hello there, David Halago. I haven't talked to you in a week, and he is from, if I'm not mistaken, I think you're from Santa Maria in California. Is that where you're from, David? He had a bad case where his daughter was accused of doing something wrong to her. And I was just curious where you're at now, David, with your case. I don't know.
Yes, he says he was here, sir.
Okay, good. So that is David. So we got to hear an update. Also, we have Megan who's on the phone, and she just said hello, David. So we got David from Santa Maria, California, and we got Megan Wilson from Delaware, Wilmington, Delaware, and we got Christina Reynosa. And so we have four of you, and I'm so glad to have you here on tonight's podcast. Now, I'm still having computer issues, so I do apologize, but I will give you a full hour. I have two clocks I follow. One clock is my running clock. That tells me how long my show has been going. The other clock is the clock that tells the time. Now, normally my live stream is on at 7 o'clock every night of the week. There are certain nights, sometimes it's on different times. Usually I'll let you know. I'm on during the daytime. On the weekend, it's 8 a.m. And on the weekdays, it's 10 a.m. These live streams for 1 hour, and there are 14 live streams a week. And so we're here to help one another fight CPS. Now, what I call CPS is I call it the Child Protection System. That's what I call CPS, the Child Protection System. And a lot of you don't have the money or the knowledge to know how to fight them. And why do you think we need to fight them? Well, so many of them are corrupt. You never know which one in what county or what state. It's a government entity that was created in 1962 by Congress that told social services to get a group of social workers to protect our children from neglect and abuse. But a lot of them have gone rogue and gone overboard, and they're doing more than protection. They're harassing families, destroying children. They're doing alienation and trafficking. Those are all illegal. In fact, they just all they think about is the dollar. That's what they're interested in. So anyway, Christina has been working with Megan because Megan was a foster youth herself. She was all her life being a foster youth. And unfortunately, she didn't know about having her foster youth programs purged so that she doesn't have that on her record. So when she grew up and started having children of her own, CPS followed her. Now, they followed her even though she was in another state. She had grown up in Pennsylvania, but she had moved to Delaware. And they had followed her, and they had taken her child and been very so corrupt towards her because they kept forcing her on drugs and stuff and started. All of a sudden, the CPS entity in Wilmington, Delaware, are doctors. Now, I don't know of any CPS social worker that's a doctor. There are clinical psychiatrists that can talk about psychological, but you have to go to medical school to be a doctor. But there's all these social workers that parade around thinking that they're doctors. They'll prescribe medicine to children into family members, and everybody keeps doped up. Their whole purpose is to manipulate you, destroy you, which is wrong. Now, I am a similar case because for 15 years I've been fighting him. And unfortunately, it cost my life, my children, not my life, I meant it's caused harassment in my life, meaning that I can't get employed because of my background in CPS. And I had to sell my forever home, the home that I'd worked for 45 years to save up and buy, and then it's gone because I need money to hire an attorney. I found out after a year of trying to use the public defenders or the court appointed attorneys that it was futile. I also found out pro se is futile. No matter how hard I would talk to the director of the powers that may be and show them how they're wrong, they didn't like it. So what they do is they retaliate. Now that was the Orange County CPS, the Child Protection Services in Orange County, California. It's one of the biggest counties around. Next door to it is LA County, and they call their child protective system the Department of Children, Family, and Services. They are corrupt, and so is Riverside County and San Bernardino County, and also Kern County. We have
Delaware.
I'm sorry, what about Delaware? Oh, okay, yeah. So it's just easy for me just to say CPS because everybody pretty much knows what CPS is. It's a quick buzzword to say, but I call it the Child Protection System. It will have different names. But anyway, Christina Reynoso has been so good to file a grievance on behalf of Megan Wilson, and they sent it to me in an email format, and I got several versions of it. It's well written and well done. And since you guys are calling me tonight or want to speak to me, would you want to talk about the grievance you've done, Christina or Megan? What would you guys like to do? Okay. All right. You're doing fine. You're doing fine. You're doing fine.
The systematic abuse that they do with us children, and they keep us drugged to manage us and the systems and to just traffic us and let us be abused, and they act like they're doing it in the name of protection. And with this feeling of feeling like I didn't matter because that's what I was told. And I even had the program that currently has a nationwide lawsuit that is working on taking on my little girl case. Is they Devereaux Foundation that I was in told me that this is the campus that you go when no one else wants you. And that's what I was told when I was 12 years old. You know, and placed in that place, and was there until I stayed it out, but went through systematic abuse, and during even who at the age of 12 years old needs to have the state put in an implant in your arm to prevent pregnancy for 5 years at the age of 12. Why? Why would they need to do that? Do you know?
Oh, do I know? I have no idea. I did not
Yeah.
know that.
It has something to
I did
do
not
with
know
your
that you
mom
could get
so much
pregnant
being
in your.
nasty and saying stupid stuff.
I was trying to say
I
is that
think it has something to do.
I did not know
Go ahead, Bob.
that is how you prevent pregnancies.
Yeah, it's called Defo, not Defo. It was back in the 90s. It was an implant like a IUD, but they implanted it in your arm, and it was 6 little rods in a fan shape that were implanted in your arm, plastic little rods, and they prevented pregnancy for 5 years, which actually was the reason why I could not have children until my late years, because my body had been chemically altered from the hormones that were placed in me at such a young age. Do you think, Megan, that your sister that was a nurse might have had anything to do with it, and they thought that kind of to keep you, that you were being promiscuous, some stupid stuff? I'm just saying. No. Okay. No. But your lawsuit's big, Bob. Her lawsuit's so big, she should probably even get $500,000 because that place where she was at, and that's not even her other grievances. Tell them everything you prepared tonight, okay? No, you can, because I can't even think. It's just a lot. So we just got done, and everything is updated. She has 9 documents. She's got one personalized to Doge, one personalized to the president, with her grievance attached, showing that she's bringing down the whole Pennsylvania, whatever, and trafficking from Pennsylvania to Delaware, I think it goes. And it's so good. So you need the new stuff, Bob. You'll love it. And but we just now got done because there was stuff we needed it perfect, and it was all day, even yesterday, and so we just got done. I just sent her the last little piece, so she got 9 new things written for personal to the senators. She's got her signature already. It's just like a push the button away. Since you hung up with me the other day on that call, Bob, since we hung up the other day, a couple days ago on that call, that live, and you told me that Christine Reynoso wanted my information. Right. She called me immediately after that, and we've been working ever since that moment from morning till night, all day, every day, since till current, just now.
Wow.
So for the last 4 days or so, we have been working straight through the day and night, like.
Okay.
Like when I opened up, when everything started flooding out of me, it started coming like volcano. You know what I mean?
Right. You're keeping it suppressed. You're keeping it suppressed.
Yeah. Flowing out.
Right. I'm glad it kept it suppressed in you, and I'm glad you got it out.
Okay, Bob, check this out, Bob. So he had a phone call with the lawyer that's doing this big old case, national, who's been hurt in this little place that she was hurt. And the lady talked to Megan before I met Megan, and Megan hung up because she was overwhelmed because she couldn't reply effectively to be heard. So what happened is the lady called today, right when me and Megan got done doing another piece of document. So when the lady we're screen called, all 3 of us are on the call. I got to speak a little bit, and now she's calling Megan tomorrow, and I'm pretty sure they're taking Megan's case. Megan emailed that she's got to do an update after and say, I think you will. This is what I had to change and fix in a couple hours. But for them not to take it and take everyone else's, it'd be criminal, and that's just straight up. So I think she's got a case, and that's $500,000 just on her, that little piece, I'm pretty sure. Because it's violence, insanely violent.
Wow.
Yeah, Bob, just saying.
Wow. It's really,
because I know someone personally that got 500, and she didn't go through what Megan went through, and Jennifer Tedesco, and she was a witness to someone else, and they got more money, and she got less, but her being a witness to them helped them, and then she got $500,000. Danny Margowan, it just recently happened. So Megan, when I'm hearing all what Megan's saying, and I'm hearing her cross reference, it's like, holy cow, I'm sure, and it caused like, it's probably even more, but I don't know. But this is just her little girl piece. It's not about the money, like Megan said. She wanted to quit when I wasn't available, and she was kind of just left with, deleted everything, didn't know, and all the challenges, a long day, and I get it. And I said, no, you can't, because someone said something wrong, whatever it is. Like, no, you don't quit. This is good, and she's okay now. She's okay.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. This is really, I imagine
Megan?
there's a lot of you guys like this. Megan is a very special person, and she's been kept underneath a lot of drugs and abused all through her young life. Go ahead.
It's like Faye's case. It's like Faye Manning's case. They should take down each state together, because Faye Manning's boy in jail tried to hurt himself, and he's a victim, and we need to protect him and Faye Manning and help do what we did right here for Megan. You're the one that had me help, because when you were calling Megan, that's how I heard everything. That was just a few days ago, 5 days ago.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I am so happy that you two met on my show, and I'm glad that my show is able to help you a little bit, Megan, because you needed to get that in the open.
Yes.
And I'm glad you did. Well, there is statute of limitations, but you can fight those. Yeah, but you can fight the statute of limitations. You can fight the statute of limitations. Right. Yeah. Well, the RICO is a hard case to fight. I usually never been associated. Yeah, I never really think of RICO and CPS. I never think of RICO and CPS, so that's why. Okay, I will right now. Let me. I was checking out the IUD that about when you go in your arm. I was reading about it. That's where I was. So anyway, I'm back on the screen, and now I'm going to go to my email. And no, I'm waiting for it to come through. Yeah.
Argentine or something, but I knew she listened to Megan. She told Megan. It was nice to hear that breakthrough. It was really nice to witness it.
Hey, I got to say hello to some people in our room. We have Lycan Herzenberg from South Africa. Long time no talk to. And I'm so glad to have you in my room. Leica Herzenberg has been into my room for a long time. And she calls her be family. She calls me uncle, and she says, hello, Christina and Megan. It's so good. And David is part of that too.
Thank you.
There's some good people in this room that have been here a long time. And we have South Africa and California and Las Vegas and Delaware. And who else do we have here? I think that's it so far. So we got a good group there. And what's new, Leica? What is new with you in South Africa? Okay, my last email today was at 2:11. I'm still trying to get my email. Okay. Okay. Yeah. At vincentwdavis.com. See, your last email I had from you, Megan, was at 10:19 this morning. Mm. And then I had 3 emails yesterday from Christina Renoza. Yes, Christina Renozo. Am I saying Renoza? I meant to say Renozo. Yeah. Okay. All right. I mean, I'm thumbing it to reload my emails. The last check, there it is. It just came in 1941, so it came in at 7:41. Okay, this is an email from the Wilson family. She says it's her grievance, and I will. The Wilson family under attack. Family members are Megan Wilson, the mother and former ward of the state, survivor of an intergenerational targeting. There's Kevin Wilson, the father, the victim of false register abuse and employment discrimination. Then there's Jason Wilson, the son, an autistic child target for ward of the state statutes. I'm sorry, what do you want me to do? Jason, I'm so part of Jason. Now, united against systematic government abuse spanning 40 years and 2 generations. The executive summary: intergenerational family destruction. The Wilson family has been systematically targeted for destruction by government agencies across 2 generations. This comprehensive grievance document deliberates the intergenerational abuse designed to prevent our family from achieving independence from institutional control. Generation 1. Megan made war of the state as a child from 1985 to 1996. So she was a ward of the state and put on with a lot of drugs. Lifetime control, ongoing forced medication and supervision into adulthood. They tried to control her. Generation 2, Jason, removed at birth in 2013. System attempting to make him a ward of the state. Oh, you put 2013. Yeah, anyway, need to correct it in 2016. System attempting to make him a ward of the state. They want to do the same thing like they did to his mother. Family targeting. Kevin falsely placed on registers to justify family separation. Number 5, current campaign, 9 years, 2016 to 2025 harassment to complete intergenerational control. The evidence shows this is not a random government failure. It's systematic targeting of the Wilson family for permanent institutionalization and control. Megan Wilson generated 1 targeting. Childhood War of the State, 1985 to 1996. Megan was made a ward of the Pennsylvania state system from 1985 to 1996, experiencing institutional abuses from ages 5, 7, and from 15 to 16, while also suffering sexual abuse at the home by a family member from ages 3 to 5 and at 7. The only safety Megan experienced was 3 years living with her grandmother and Paul Felix. During those 3 years, she was protected, cared for, and experienced normal family life. However, the system deliberately removed her from this safe, loving placement and returned her to institutional setting that created additional trauma. Government choice. I'm sorry, what?
Go ahead. They misprinted it. It's got to be updated. But they moved me and placed me there for 3 weeks and then into juvenile.
You need to add that part in there. Government choice. The system consistently chooses institutional control over family safety and love. Lifetime institutional control. Even after aging out of the system, Megan has been ordered to take medication her whole life. The government has maintained permanently control through forced psychiatric intervention, creating ongoing dependency and supervision. This represents a continuation of warded state status into adulthood. You see, when you turn 18, you're not supposed to be under the control of the state. Now, if you're a ward of the state and you have mental issues, they have to get a court order to take you, and I don't think they did.
No.
Okay, the current status. Megan remains under lifetime government supervision through forced medication. Why do you remain that way? Is there a court order that tells you are?
No. They just constantly keep opening and closing cases the last 9 straight years.
Well, and how old are you now? How old are you now?
40 years. So I'm 43 years old.
Well, it should have stopped when you're 18.
Yeah.
Now, why did it not stop at 18? Did you try to tell them to stop it? And did these psychiatrists and therapists agree for you to have the treatment? Did these therapists and psychiatrists agree that you should be underneath medication for treatment? Well, didn't they make the report? I'm just trying is that when someone, I mean, there's a similar case. One of my regular hosts here, she's from Georgia. She had a special needs child that was forced to stay in the CPS's hands until he was 19 years old. Even though when he asked to come out, even though his mother had asked him, she had to take court action to get him removed. But no one, when you turned 18, was there to help you, were they, Megan?
You know what I mean?
Well, if you're married to, okay. Why didn't you move back from Haiti to the United States? Well, I don't mean to leave her. I'm just asking those questions so that I'm not trying to say she couldn't leave or whatever. I'm just asking the questions because I'm a third party to all this. I wasn't in Haiti, and I didn't. I know that Haiti is very radical right now, and I wouldn't want to live in Haiti at all. Right. Okay.
18, 45. We're talking how many years later now?
Anyway,
Like,
let me go on with your grievance here. Kevin Wilson, husband targeted for family destruction, childhood trauma and system failure. Kevin Williams experienced severe childhood trauma that led to a situation with a 15-year-old when he was younger. This childhood trauma created circumstances that the system failed to address appropriately, instead choosing to criminalize rather than provide proper treatment and support. The incident occurred when Kevin was also a minor, dealing with unaddressed trauma and lacking appropriate support system. Rather than providing trauma-informed intervention and therapy, the system chose punishment and lifelong stigmatization. False registered placement, family separation tool. Kevin was falsely placed on the CPS register by the Delaware Department of Family Service, CPS, about 6 years ago as a tool to justify separating the Wilson family. Due process violations, placed on a register without proper trial. Trial was canceled the day before scheduled hearing, never rescheduled or provided alternate legal process. Witness Stacey Husband and Michelle Holman denied opportunity to testify. Now, what relationship is Stacey Husband and Michelle Holman to you, Megan?
they are not related to Stacy is the in state of that is the registered sex offender evaluator for 3 counties, Sussex, Kent, and Newcastle County, Delaware. She manages all sex offenders in the state of Delaware.
What about Michelle
She
Holman?
Michelle Holman was the treatment caseworker of DFS that reunited me and my son with my husband, and like reunited my husband and like to our son when he was taken. And she is now a supervisor in the treatment unit of DFS.
Now, why were they denied opportunity to testify?
Because they know the whole truth. They know the story. I told the DFS worker my childhood trauma from age 3 up until current, till my mom's current husband today, that he married after the fact and still knowingly married him, knowing that he touched me and my sisters inappropriately because he's disgusting. Like,
Why would your mom marry that man?
because my mom's like that. She's always married men like that, and she's always chose the men over her kids.
Yeah, but if Stacey Huffman and Michelle Holman did testify, wouldn't that work against you?
No, it would work for me because they have proof that Kevin is not the kind of person that DFS was really trying to point him out to be.
Oh, okay. All right. Employment destruction, 25 years plus of lost job opportunities, 500,000 in lost tax revenue to government, inability to work with vulnerable populations, economic stress designed to make family vulnerable to system interventions, two register system, state sex offender registry, removal after legal challenge, CPS register may still be active, restricting employment. Dual system ensures lifetime punishment even after one of the registers removal. Well, that's pretty bad. Register as a control tool. Go ahead.
He's a state. He is no longer a registered offender. No longer. He is now cleared of being a registered offender to where he has to register every year with the state that he lives in, where he lives at, everything, update all of his information, and be on the computer. He is no longer on the computer. He is no longer on the registry for the state, for the United States. He's only on CPS's hidden registry.
Okay. The register as a right. The registry as a control tool. The registry placement serves the system goal of keeping the Wilson family economically dependent and vulnerable, making it easier to justify moving Jason and completing intergenerational targeting. Jason Wilson, Generation 2 targeting, birth removal and hospital harassment in 2013. Christina Care, was it 2016?
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
We gotta get them back.
Right. Okay. Then Christina Care Hospital, Christina, Delaware, coordinated with Department of Family Service, removed Jason from the Wilson's family at birth. Hospital profit motive, 16 plus days unnecessary confinement for revenue generation, 11 days morphine for newborn without withdrawal symptoms. Hospital profits from medication scoring, higher scores, even more money. Extended state maximize billable procedures and Medicaid revenue. False allegations. Hospital staff alleges Megan made threats, fabricated. Nurse who made allegations never testified in court. Privacy violations. Forced to pump breast milk with the door open. Use medical accuracy as justification for difficult patient labeled. DFS coordination. This is the CPS. Emergency custodial order based on false hospital allegations. No due process or legal review before removal. Denied qualified family placement despite available options. Now here's the forced foster care and family denial from 2013 to 2016. Qualified family denied. Megan's sister. Right, 2016 to how far? How far ahead does it go? Oh, okay. So forced foster care and family denial 2016. Qualified family denial. Megan's sister, with a nurse with impeachable credentials, requested custody. Sister's mother, state daycare provider, also available for placement. Both denied despite perfect qualifications and background checks. CPS forced expensive foster care instead of free family placement. Wow. Separation period 42.5 months forced separation from 2016 to. Okay. Only 2 visits allowed in 1.5 months during foster placement. Visits designed to weaken family bonds. 150,000 plus taxpayer costs for unnecessary foster care. Custody return, August 7th, 2016. The Wilson family reunited. Current targeting ward of the state campaign. It says 2016 to 2025. 10 to 15 CPS cases. Systematic harassment. Since regaining custody in 2016, the Wilson family has faced 10 to 15 CPS cases open from 2016 to the current date and time. This represents a systematic harassment designed to justify removing Jason again and to make him a ward of the state. Pattern of cases. Over 1 case per year on average for 9 years. Each case designed to find excuse for removal. Administrative harassment wearing down the family's resources. Currently have case open from April 2024. System goal. Use the relentless case openings and Kevin's register status to justify removing Jason and completing the intergenerational target pattern. Systematic witnesses, silence and cover up. Michelle Huffman, silence the truth teller. Role, CPS DFS treatment worker, now a CPS supervisor who worked with Wilson family. Evidence she has, witnesses systematic DFS or CPS corruption and constitution violations. Brought Jason for home visits, providing safe family environment. Has photos and documentation of family stability. Worked 1.5 months to help Wilson family regain custody. Constitutes support into the case closure. Systematic silencing. Employer, DFS, CPS, has silenced her throughout employment threats. Cannot testify without losing her job and ability to support her family. Represents a pattern of witness intimidation and retaliation. Evidence of corruption remains hidden due to systematic silencing. Kristen Reed, registered abuse whistleblower. Role, DFS worker, CPS, who expose illegal register placement. Relevations, confirm Kevin's register. Go ahead.
And waiting for them to close. It's been over a year now. She is the one who informed us that they have put my husband on the Child Protection Services registry, and that they were not supposed to, because he was not convicted. He was not found guilty in the court. When we went to trial, they canceled the trial the day before because Michelle Holman and Stacey Huffman knew the whole facts, the truth.
Okay, so Kristen Reed is a registered abuse whistleblower. Her role as a DFS or CPS worker exposed illegal register placement. Relevations, confirmed Kevin's registered placement violation due process. Exposed trial cancellation the day before the hearing. Reveals systematic register abuse without legal justification. Internal DFS knowledge of constitution violations. Lost paper strategy. DFS CPS deliberately created lost paper trail of different lies and corruptions by using multiple workers for the same case to obscure accountability. Systematic documentation destruction and evidence elimination. Administrative overhead for cover-up operations rather than service delivery. Preventing institutional learning and error correction. Life-saving private care versus deadly government care. Dr. Grady Cooper, Family Lifeline, Delaware Behavioral Health in Wilmington. Is Dr. Gregory Cooper a doctor?
That's my psychiatrist.
Okay. He's Megan's psychiatrist, Family Lifeline. All right. He has 9 years of treating psychologists for Megan Wilson. In those 9 years,
9+ years.
In those 9+ years, was it any time you feel that you needed a psychiatrist? Did you feel you had to see him?
He like, even though I have worked down to the lowest I have ever been on medication right now, he still is very cautious because DFS is they're very easily to make it to where I just end up spiraling down and end up going right back up on the meds.
Well, would he be able to testify in your favor then?
Oh, yes, 100%. He won't even touch DFS. He won't talk to them. He won't give them any information. He won't tell them anything about me, and they hate it. They want me to get they want me to be in like a mental health court to where I have to be under somebody that is on their side that tells them everything.
Okay. All right.
Cooper is very much not. He's on my side, and he knows my whole trauma, my whole life story.
Okay.
So he knows everything, and he's seen for the last 9+ years before my son was born. You know, my son's 9, so he's seen since before then how it was to every year in between to current.
Right. Literally saved Jason's life through proper perennial psychiatric care, prevented tragedy that government hospital protocols would have caused. First son lost due to following government hospital psychiatric recommendations. Comparison: private care, which is Dr. Cooper, life-saving results, family-centered, cost-effective. Government care, death of first son, profit-driven, and family-destructive. This demonstrates the stark difference between genuine medical care focused on patients' well-being versus institutional protocols designed for profit and control. Delaware political context: Republican family targeted, demographic control and targeting, political landscape. Democrats outnumber Republicans 2-1 in Delaware. Democrats' trifecta controls all state government. No effective checks and balances on agencies' power. Republican families lack political protection from systematic targeting. Biden-Delaware connection. Former President Biden owns homes 15 minutes and 2 hours from the Wilson family. Biden spent 61 visits and 196 days in Delaware during the presidency. Systematic violations continue under Biden's longtime political influence. Delaware agencies operated without accountability during Biden's tenure. Republican family vulnerability. Limit political representation for accuracy. Systematic target by Democratic-controlled agencies. Additional discrimination based on political affiliation and federal interventions essential for minority rights protection. Massive taxpayer waste and government insufficiency. Economic costs of targeting the Wilson family. Direct taxpayer costs, $150,000 unnecessary foster care, 42.5 months. $500,000 lost tax revenue from Kevin's employment discrimination. Tens of thousands of register administration and maintenance. Ongoing costs defending unconstitutional actions in court. Administrative overhead for systematic cover-up operations. Opportunity costs, resources wasted on the family, destruction instead of family support. Private care, Dr. Cooper achieved better results at lower costs. Family stability would eliminate all government intervention costs. Wilson family would be productive taxpayers without government harassment. Federal funding risk. ADA noncompliance threatens federal education funding. Constitution violation risks federal family services funding. Medical fraud potential endangers Medicaid reimbursement. Poor government reputation affects federal investment. The efficiency analysis. Government investment into Wilson family, millions over 40,000 plus years. Outcome achieved, 0 positive results. Massive harms created. ROI analysis. What is an ROI analysis? What's that?
I'm not sure.
You need to find out what an ROI is. Analysis. Enormous negative return. Family would be more successful without any government intervention. Efficiency rating. Complete failure. Systematic targeting has only created trauma, waste, and constitutional violations. Constitution violations and federal crimes. Due process violation, 14th Amendment. Register placement without proper trial procedures. Child removal based on fabrication allegations. Trial cancellation to avoid legal review. Systematic denial of meaningful hearing opportunities. Email protection violation, 14th Amendment. Discriminating treatment based on disability status, JCON. Political affiliation discrimination, Republican family. Socioeconomic targeting, family made vulnerable through employment destruction. Systematic denial of equal protection under law. Civil rights violations, Section 1983. Deprivation of rights under the color of state law. Conspiracy to violate federal civil rights. Pattern and practice of Constitution violations. State agencies' abuse of authority and systematic targeting. Americans with Disability Act violations. Denial of GPS safety device for autistic child, life-threatening. Failures to provide reasonable accommodations. Educational discrimination against diabetic student, a disability student, Education discrimination against disability student. Systematic exclusion from program and services. Child Prevention, Abuse Prevention and Treatment Act violations. Failure to make reasonable efforts to family preservations. Denial of kinship care despite qualified family members. Inappropriate removal procedures based on false allegations. Systematic violations of family reunification parties. Supporting professional evidence. Delaware Professional Support. Dr. Gregory Cooper, who's Megan Wilson's doctor, a Delaware behavioral health in Wilmington. He has 9+ years treating psychiatrists who saved Jason's life. Professional witness to systematic medical failures. Evidence of effective private care versus deadly government protocols. Heidi Metzel, Autism Delaware, Family Support Coordinator. Gave her email and her phone number. Professional documentation of educational discrimination. Autism Advocacy Network supported the Wilson family. Stacy, Katherine Wilson's therapist. Professional therapeutic support for Kevin's traumatic recovery. Witness to psychological impact of systematic targeting of family. Clinical enterprise in intergenerational trauma patterns. Professional documentation of mental health effects from government harassment. Devon Hansen, advocacy supporter with evidence of systematic targeting. Available evidence, photo of home visits, proving a safe family environment. Medical records showing unnecessary infant medication. Registered documentation showing trial cancellation and due process violation. Schools correspondence denying federal accommodations. Timeline documentation of 40+ years systematic targeting. Financial records showing massive taxpayers' waste. Silence witnesses. Michelle Holman, a DFS, a CPS treatment worker, now CPS supervisor. Stacey Huffman, witness to the register violations. Hospital staff who can confirm no threats were made. Wilson's family relief sought. Immediate protection and relief. Federal protection order prevent further harassment of the Wilson family. Complete register removal for Kevin Wilson from all state systems. Educational accommodations for Jason. GPS device approval. Witness protection for Michelle Holman and other silence witnesses. Prohibition on retaliation against the Wilson family for filing a grievance. Monetary damages for the family. Economic damages for 25 years lost employment. Pain and suffering for intergeneration trauma, all family members. Punitive damages for willful Constitution violations span decades. Future damages for ongoing harassment and systematic targeting. Attorney fees and costs for federal civil rights litigation. Systematic reform to protect all family. Independent oversight of Delaware CPS operations. Constitution compliance training for all state workers. Due process requirements for all registered placements. Whistleblower protection for all state employees exposing corruption. Family preservation mandates with kinship care preferences. Accountability and justice. Federal investigation of all agencies involved in the Wilson family targeting. Criminal prosecution officials not only violated constitutional rights. Congressional oversight of Delaware systematic violations. public reporting of agencies' performance and Constitution compliance, compensation fund for other families subject to similar systematic abuses. Conclusion. The Wilson family demands justice. The Wilson family has endured 40 years of systematic government targeting designed to prevent our family from achieving independence and stability. The evidence shows a deliberate pattern of intergenerational abuse that has destroyed 2 generations, made Megan a ward of the state as a child, maintained her lifetime control, targeted JC for ward of the state status from birth to the present, used Kevin's victimness against him to justify family separation, created economic devastation through employment discrimination, violated constitutional rights, systematic denial of due process across decades, equal protection violations based on disability and political affiliation, civil rights violations through state agencies conspiracy, pattern of retaliation against family for seeking justice, wasted taxpayer resources, millions spent targeting the Wilson family with 0 positive outcomes. Private care achieved better results at a fraction of the government's cost. Systematic influency and wasted spanning multiple decades. Federal funding threatened by constitutional noncompliance. The Wilson family demands immediately federal intervention to stop ongoing harassment, full accountability for decades of Constitution violations, comprehensive reforms to protect other vulnerable families, justice and compensation for intergenerational trauma and destruction. Will not allow this systemic abuse to continue to a 3rd generation. The time for justice is now. The Wilson family has provided overwhelming evidence of systematic constitutional violations, requiring immediate federal intervention. Respectfully request comprehensive federal action to protect our family and prevent similar intergenerational threatening of other American families. Verification and family signatures. We, the Wilson family, verify on the penalty of perjury the facts set forth in this family grievance are true and correct to the best of our knowledge and information and belief. Kevin Wilson, the father and registered abuse victim. Megan Wilson, the mother and intergenerational target survivor. Jason Wilson, the son and current target of systematic abuse, represented by parents, age-appropriate consent given. Final family declaration. We, the Wilson family, declare on the penalty of perjury and the laws of the United States, this grievance represents our united stand against systematic government abuse. Will not be silenced, will not be intimidated, will not be allowed our family to be destroyed by institutional targeting. The Wilson family, Kevin, Megan, and Jason, stand united for justice. Wow. Are you still there, Megan and Christina? Well, I hope that by me reading it, it's always good as a second person to look at that, you know? Yeah, I need to go back to Leica Hetzenberg. Do you have anything new to tell me, Lyson Hetzenberg from South Africa? I'd like to really hear some more. David Hilago, is there anything new? I know that CPS is like the new Gestapo. That's a good way to put it. But David has them on the ropes, but I need to know the update on that. And again, I want to thank you very much, Megan and Christina, for especially Christina, that put a lot of time into that. And Megan, now I understand completely what you're up against. I just can't believe it took place. I cannot believe that government is that bad. I understand. Well, it's after 8 o'clock. It's 8:20. And my running clock says it's 60 minutes. Yeah. So I've given you a 1 hour on my live stream. I've gone a full 60 minutes, even though I went past 8 o'clock. Now, I'll be on again tomorrow at 10 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. That's my live stream in the morning show. It's Fight CPS with your host, Bob Pace. That's the morning show. And I'd like to see you all there at 10 o'clock if you can be there. If not, understand my next show then will be tomorrow night at 7 p.m. But there'll be a brief message from Vincent Davis when I conclude the show. Listen to it. Want you to still keep fighting for your children. Don't give up. Do not give up. And again, Christina from Las Vegas, Nevada, thank you. And Megan Wilson from Wilmington, Delaware, thank you. And David Heldago from Santa Maria, California, thank you. And then we have, who else? Oh, Lycan Hudsenberg from South Africa, from the West Cape province. Thank you very, very much. And it's so good to hear you. It's so nice to have people that have been with you a long time still supporting the live stream here. So I want you all to know that I did my best here to try to cover up what I could. And so you can come on anytime you want. You're never restricted. If no one's talking, you're welcome to talk. It's up to you. The ball's in your court. I never want this show to be somebody that's a burden. Well, we had scheduled for Tuesday, but now maybe you did it tonight. If you want to call in tomorrow and you want to try the talk, I'm welcome to have you talk, but I think pretty much you've said your piece. I would like to give the opportunity for other people, maybe like Herzenberg from South Africa or David Hilago from Santa Maria, California. Right. Now, where's this all going to be sent to? Where's it going to be emailed to Doge and who else? Good. Good. Yeah, you don't have to. Yeah, good. All right, well, thank you. Okay, now are we talking about Delaware state senators or are we talking about the federal state senators for Delaware? There's only two of them. There are two of them. Right. There's the state government senators and there's the federal government senators. You know what the difference is, right? Right. Okay, good. Good. Well, you can send it to the Department of Justice, the DOJ, too. Or you can send it to the Civil Rights Coordinator at the State Capitol of Delaware, too. Right, right, right. Okay. Well, I got to go, you guys. So good night and God bless you all. And I'll see you all tomorrow at 10 o'clock.
A vivid picture is encrypted in your mind as the critics get in line like they're witnessing a crime. But then you notice there's a shiver in your spine from the feelings of discontentment and bitterness combined. Heartbroken when you listen to the judges. Another kid's innocence corrupted, and if you go against then it's destructive. Consider this predicament the toughest, but we believe in a system fit for justice. Child Protective Services only pretends to save it. The one solution for this is worthy of instant praises. 30 years of experience with relentless cases. Allow me to introduce them. This is Vincent Davis, defending you when they don't think a mother fits the role. Is it juvenile dependency or government control? Observe the pain in their eyes. It's time for us to realize we are the
last ones left. Put your faith in